Hi guys, this is the F1 2020 Mugello Grand Prix race day review. Now, it doesn't matter what team you support. You could be a McLaren fan, you could be a Mercedes fan, you can be a Williams fan. It doesn't matter. You could be a Renault fan. But what it boils down to, you can't deny the fact that Ferrari are one of those teams you'll never ever forget. If they took Ferrari out of F1, it would not be the same. It would continue and it would grow. But Ferrari has always been here in F1. That badge alone speaks volumes. The badge, the prancing horse. It is Ferrari's 1000th race of the F1. 1000. They're the only team that has been there from day one. From day one. Even if they went through the entire 1000 races without winning a race, without winning a championship, without winning any points, you still got to respect that team for being there for 1000 races. 70 years. That alone is an achievement. Ferrari are one of those brands that you'll never forget. It's like the Mercedes badge. You see the Mercedes badge, you know it's Mercedes. You see the BMW badge, you know it's iconic, you know it's BMW. You see the Mustang badge, you know it's the Mustang. Ferrari got one of those, like, it's like the Porsche. The Porsche, you see the Porsche badge, you know it's a Porsche. Ferrari, you see the prancing horse, you know it's Ferrari. Everybody knows it is Ferrari. It's the red. You think the red team, Ferrari. They're just one of those teams. So you got McLaren, iconic, but they've changed the colours over the years. The Williams, they've changed the colours over the years. Alpha, wherever they are, boom, they've changed the colours. You look at all the teams that have been in Formula 1 over the years, the Toyota, all the other brands that have come and go. BMW's been in there, come and gone. They've all come and gone over the years, but Ferrari have stayed there and have stayed their iconic red. That's a team that you'll think, yeah, red Ferrari. Straight away, it doesn't matter what category it is. It could be in the Formula 1 cars, it could be it could be GT2, GT3 cars. It could be the Ferrari Challenge. It's the iconic colour red. I know some in GT Challenge and you got the Ferrari Challenge, you get some colours of different Ferrari. I saw yellow Ferraris and I saw white Ferraris. But for me, that's not Ferrari. Ferrari are red. And I'm not a big... Look, when it comes to the road cars, I think the road cars are one of the best road cars in the world. I've loved Ferrari since I was a little kid. The iconic cars like the 1958, the Ferrari Testarossa, the Enzo Ferrari, the Ferrari Dino that was named after Enzo's brother who died. And you got my favourite one of all time, the 1991 Ferrari Testarossa. To me, that's the greatest, one of the greatest cars ever made. Never mind Ferrari cars, I'm about cars overall. And it all got started by Enzo Ferrari. He went forward and he didn't have a plan. He went forward. He didn't think about he didn't look behind him. He just steamed ahead with no plan. And look at it now. It is an iconic brand. You can see him a backdrop. I had to dedicate this video for the Ferrari because I deserve it. 1000 races, iconic. You look at there, you got Enzo in the corner, you got Michael Schumacher, you got Alan Frost, you got Niki Lauda, you got Alonso, you got all these great drivers. That's not even all of them. That's not even all of them. That's just a fraction of the drivers that have drove for him. And at the end of the day, you can't deny the fact that Ferrari are an iconic brand. Just like Mercedes are, just like BMW are, just like all these other brands that when you see it, you know. Ferrari, the red, the Tifosi. The two countries that are most passionate about motorsport is UK and Italy. That even come from the boss himself at Ferrari, said that as well. And loads of people said, he goes, there's not even the commentators on Sky, The Ferrari guys, they've said it themselves, because the two countries, the most iconic, the most passionate about motorsports is the UK and Ferrari. And I've got to, now UK and Italy, and I've got to agree. I do agree. And this is dedicated to Ferrari. It's 1,000 races, iconic. I'm not even going to get into the race yet. I'm just talking about the history of Ferrari. And they are there. They're not there at the moment now. I know they're having problems with the car. Vettel's on the way out. They got Sainz coming next year. They're not going to be ready till 2022, but they will come back. They will come back, and I've been saying this from the beginning. There's only going to be one team what is going to the next champion after Mercedes, because to me Mercedes are going to dominate for loads more years to come. But if there's going to be a team to knock them off their championship run, it's going to be Ferrari. It's not going to be Red Bull. No. It won't be Red Bull. It won't be McLaren. No. It won't be Aston Martin. No. It will be Ferrari. The next champions, if they're not Mercedes, are going to be Ferrari. I'm not sure if it's going to be in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, 5 years' time, or maybe even 10 years' time. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I haven't got a crystal ball. I can't look into the future. But I'm telling you what I'm thinking now. That's the next champ is coming from Ferrari after Mercedes start finishing dominating. And that's the way it is. It was a good race, I've got to admit. Different. Very different. First time at Mugello, so I didn't know what to expect. First time for Formula 1 cars. They've had other cars here. They've had the DTMs, they've had the GT cars. But they've had a few Formula 1 cars testing. Max Verstappen said himself, he was here a few weeks ago, testing in a GT car just to see what the track. Because he was doing his sim racing, but it wasn't the same. He says he needed to get in the car. It doesn't matter, GT cars are fast. And he needs to get a feel of the track to see what it was like. So this is like a test track. This is Ferrari's test track. This is where they test their cars. One of Ferrari's test tracks. So this is why Max Verstappen was feeling comfortable in the car before the race. But I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, Mugello, brilliant track. There's a lot of good feedback coming from the drivers. They said that they want to come back here again. I can see the Grand Prix coming back to the track again. The track reminds me of a mix of Austria and it's got a little bit of Suzuka as well. That's what it reminds of. But it is a nice little track and it's fast. They say it's the second fastest track. The third fastest track on the grid. First is Imola. No, first is Monza. Second is Silverstone. I thought Silverstone was the fastest. But second is Silverstone. And third is Mugello. So I think they're going to come back. They should come back. It was a nice little back. Oh, look, they had a few fans coming this weekend. The first time we've had fans at Formula 1 event at Mugello. There's a few people that had the nurses when they was going through the COVID problems in Italy. They had some nurses, firefighters, civil servant people there, and there was a few people there. I know it wasn't a lot like our usual events, but we're not in usual times, are we? We're in the COVID times, and it looks like it's coming back again. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but yeah, it was nice to just see a few people when Lewis got out of the car and he saw them standing there and he was waving at them. It was nice just to see a few people there, you know, because let's face it, the Formula 1 is not the same without the fans. You need the fans for Formula 1. I don't care what anybody says. Lewis Hamilton said it the best. He said when he was at Silverstone, when he sees the fans there, they give him extra energy to do his races. They give him that extra little boost. And it's missing from Formula 1. I heard that Russia, the next one in a couple of weeks, that Russia are going to have about 5,000 to 6,000 there. So that it looks like they're coming a bit more. I don't know now. That's what they said a few weeks ago. But like I said, the COVID thing is changing all the time. It's getting worse. It's rising up. So if you're watching this video and you're going to go work tomorrow or whatever you're going to do, make sure you stay safe. Stay safe. Wear a mask. And keep your social distancing, because this pandemic is not over. This COVID-19 is coming back. It is back, and it might come back more aggressively. So if you're watching this video, make sure you're wearing a mask and be safe. So we're going to get into the race now. It started off on pole. We know Bottas got pole, so we started off first. Hamilton was second. And basically, on the beginning, I was thinking, look, Hamilton was on pole, Bottas was second, and then behind him you had the two Red Bulls, okay? So it started, lights out of the way we go, straight away, boom. Bottas had the brilliant start. Hamilton got a good start as well, but Bottas had a better start. He just got his car and he pointed his nose straight in front of Hamilton, and he took Hamilton on the first corner. Before the first corner, he was in front. And I thought, brilliant by Bottas. Because for me, Bottas has been the best all weekend. Right? He has been the best all weekend. And when he took that car forward after the first corner, I thought, absolutely amazing. Charles jumps Max. Right? Charles jumps Max Verstappen. Right? So I thought Charles, because I think he started on 5th on the grid or 6th on the grid. Charles jumps Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen was in 3rd place. Charles jumps 2 places in front of Max. But Max was complaining about power issues. So I thought, okay, power issues. Maybe it's software issues. Maybe it's something else. I didn't think at all that there was anything wrong with his car. Not in the first lap. That's the kind of thing you're going to hear from Haas. Let's face it. That's the kind of thing you hear from Haas. Yeah. That they're having problems with the car in the first lap. Or maybe even Williams. But not from Red Bull. But he was having problems with his car. But this is where it all happened. Because Gasly was right at the back of the... Look, Gasly wants to win. He won Imola. He won Monza last week. Yeah. Very well-deserved win. And he's coming here all hyped up. He didn't have a good qualifying session. He was out in Q1. So he was starting near the back of the queue. So you got Gasly coming in all on fire. He wants to try and get through that crowd. Quick through the cars. What happened? He got too aggressive. Gasly hit Raikkonen. Raikkonen spins, hits Max, but Max already had the power issues anyway. And Max goes into the gravel, and then that was it. Max was gone. Gasly was gone. So straight away, Carlos spins as well. He hits his car. There was a big debacle, and the safety car come out. Safety car come out straight away. Lap 6, that was in the first lap. So we had the safety car come out. The safety car was going around. Had to clear up all the mess. It took him a few laps, but lap 6, there was a restart. That went back to the after the safety car. No, when the safety car first come out, it was a red flag. So basically, they've got to go back to the pits, and there's going to be another restart. There's going to be a restart. So basically, if it was a normal safety car, they'd stay out and they'd clear up all the debris, and that's it. But it wasn't a normal safety car. The safety car come out for about a lap, and then because there was so much mess on the track and so much stuff they had to clear, and the runoff area where there was at the time when they crashed, it wasn't that big. They had to call off the session for being safe. So they called off the session, red flagged. They came into the pits, and then they were sitting there having a drink, getting ready. Bottas was there, pumped up. Remember, he was in front. So he was in a good position, because it's one of these tracks. Once you're in front, that's it. It's over. Once you're in front, it's over. So Bottas was controlling the pace for not even a lap. So they had to come, and they were sitting there after lap 6. They came back out. They restarted the track, and after the restart, Bottas, for some reason, he was slow. He goes, the lap started. Latifi had problems. So to me, right, this is where it happened again. The restart, Bottas came out on the restart, and then he come out and he started weaving in out. Actually, the first one, it wasn't a red flag. The first one was just a normal safety car. Sorry. The second one, the second safety car would come out. That's the one where they had to go into the pit. Sorry. So the first one was just a normal safety car. They cleared everything off, and after lap 6, it restarted. Bottas come out. He was leading the pack because he was in front. But for some reason, Bottas was slow. The green light went off. And for me, this was Bottas' problem. He caused it. This. Bottas was slow. The green light came, and Bottas was there, slowing, bobbing and weaving. And because it was bobbing and weaving, right, the guys at the back, like Russell and all that, yeah, they saw the green light go off. And everybody started steaming from the back. So the pace came from the back, and the front never started yet. And you've got to blame the guy who's setting the pace, and that was Bottas. People were saying, about 6 drivers were saying that it was Bottas' fault. I agree. Some people can have a different opinion. That's up to them. But in my opinion, my channel, I believe it was Bottas' fault. And that's just it. Latifi had problems with his car. This is on the restart. That caused Sainz to get involved with the crash. He hit the back of Latifi. He moved straight. He moved out the way quick, and Magnussen was there just driving slow because the front of the pack was still going slow because Bottas was setting the pace. Hit Magnussen. Magnussen went out. They all went out. There was about 3 or 4 drivers that went out. Latifi and Magnussen and a couple more all went out. Grosjean just avoided the crash. Usually it's Grosjean what gets involved in these crashes, but he just avoided the crash. So that was it. That was it for them. Latifi's car slowed up and hit Magnussen, like I said. The car was there, hit them. Then Hamilton on the radio said, "This is what happens when you turn off the safety car late." But I didn't agree with Hamilton then. Red flag come out, boom. In the pits. And they were sitting in the pit for about 10 minutes for the restart. Latifi, Magnussen, George Russell, all out. Not George Russell was still there, but George Russell nearly got involved in the crash, but he just avoided it. So they come out, lap 9, Hamilton jumped Bottas, he got the toe off him. This is where I felt sorry for Bottas. This should have been Bottas' race. He had the perfect weekend, lap 9 come, Hamilton jumped Bottas on the toe. George Russell was in 10th place, lost position, went into 12th. Kimi had went into the pits, put the medium tyres on. George Russell didn't pit, so he passed Russell easy. Lap 16, Ferrari said plan A to Charles. Charles said make your mind up. Again, he said to Charles, make your mind up. Charles said to the engineers, make your mind up, like he said a few weeks ago. So lap 16, Ferrari, lap 18, Stroll passes Charles. Everybody was passing Charles. I think Charles was on the medium tyres. I think it was the medium tyres, and they were just passing him. Passing him. His tyres were wearing out. He was saying, look, we need to go change tyres. But they were just passing him. And Charles didn't have an answer for it. I found it time for him, really. Look, this is Ferrari's track, yeah. He's a Ferrari driver. Charles Leclerc done good to get in the position that he was at the beginning anyway. Vettel was nowhere. Vettel was somewhere at the back. He was at the back just coasting like he was cruising in his car. I got to admit, Charles was putting in that effort, trying his best to try and get his car forward, and it didn't happen for him. And they were just passing him. So, plan C, again, make up your mind. That was lap 22. He came in, put the hard tyres on, 3.4 second pit. Standard for Ferrari. They're not the best pit team in the world, not like Red Bull. They're not nowhere near Red Bull's level when it comes to pitting. So, lap 25, Hamilton said, we need new tyres and sliding everywhere. And I thought to myself, nah, come on. I looked at his car when he was driving at lap 25 and he didn't look like his car was sliding to me. And maybe he was trying to, zoot Bottas to try and thinking that his tyres were wearing out. For me, his tyres look fine. Lap 27, Bottas said, I want the opposite of Lewis. When I come into the pits, I do not want the soft tyres. I don't want the medium tyres. I want the hard. I want the opposite of Lewis. So I'm thinking to myself, Bottas was thinking that Mercedes are trying to screw him. That Mercedes are trying to say to him, look, setting him up to come second. Because that's what it seemed like to me. Because the strategy said, now we have the mediums. And he goes, nah, I don't want what Lewis wants. I want the hard tyres. I want the opposite. So I thought to myself, okay, maybe it might be a good decision. It might be a good decision to go on the hard tyres. You get the longest stint. And maybe that'll benefit you towards the end. Maybe Lewis will have to pit again. Because if Lewis is putting on the medium tyres, maybe Lewis will have to pit again. So I thought, hard tyres, maybe. So lap 28, Ricciardo pitted. Kimi Räikkönen pitted on lap 29, put the medium tyres on. Vettel pitted as well. Lap 29, put the hard tyres on. So Vettel's going for the long stint. He knows he's near the back. He knows he hasn't got the pace. All he can do is try and get further up for strategy. So he put the hard tyres on and he carried on. So Bottas, hard tyres. He put the hard tyres and said, look, I want the hard tyres instead of the stuff. Lando pits lap 31. And lap 31, tyres are finished. He said, Lewis, come on there. He said, look, my tyres are finished. Lewis said, tyres are good. Bottas said the tyres are finished. Lewis said, tyres are good. And I don't want to come in. So, few laps before, he was saying his tyres are wearing out. But now, all of a sudden, his tyres are good. That's what I was saying before. When I saw him, when he come on the radio and he said that his tyres didn't look good, his tyres were sliding. They looked fine to me. So I knew he was kind of chatting a bit shit. So, lap 37, radio said to Bottas, calm down on your tyres. Because Bottas came in and put the hard tyres on. Because when Bottas came into the pits, he was only about 3 seconds behind Hamilton. And when he came out the pits and Hamilton done his pit strategy, He was 6 or 7 seconds. So when they pitted Bottas, well, I don't know how it happened, Bottas lost position. I mean, he lost position anyway. He didn't gain position, but he lost more time. He lost more time. So it didn't work out for him, did it? It didn't work out. So he started going mad on his tyres, ripping through the tyres. And his engineer said to him, calm down on the tyres. They need to last a bit longer. Because Bottas was just trying to clock out fast lap after fast lap after fast lap, getting frustrated because he knew he had this race, he had track position, and all of us now is behind Lewis Hamilton. And he must be thinking, how is this happening? What does it take for me just to win one race? He only wants to win a race. He's only won one. Lewis has won 6 or 7 in a row. He just wants to win one race. He knows he's not going to win the championship. He knows that's impossible now. It's becoming impossible. It's coming mathematically impossible. He just wants to win a race. So, lap 30 at hard tyres, lap 70. So, front tyres. Safety car come out. Safety car come out again. Bottas come on the radio and says, look, safety car will be nice. Lewis on the radio said, he said on the radio to Lewis, stay off the curbs. He said the same thing to Bottas, but Bottas came back and said, look, a safety car will be nice. So lap 41, Lewis said, it's slower off the curbs. So they're like talking between each other, taking the piece. Lewis had a nice little distance on Bottas, but Lewis was taking the piece, saying, look, it's slow on the curbs. Of course it's slower on the curbs. We all know it's slower on the curbs, but they're saying to stay off the curbs, to save your tyres, to preserve your tyres for further on in the race. Because I think during them, Mercedes was on a one-stopper. Might have been on a one-stopper, but they knew most probably they're going to have to do a two-stopper. Lap 31, Bottas pits safety car comes out at lap 43. Bottas pits safety car straight away. He comes into the pit straight away. Hamilton pits a lap after, but Hamilton's still in front. So that was it. Red flag, he got red flagged again. After the safety car got red flagged again. They both come into the pit. So everybody came into the pits. I think he was off for 10 minutes. Red flag. It was all over. It was one of the cars, Stroll's car, I think. And Stroll's car all over the place. The guys are trying to take his car off the track. Completely disaster. They nearly cut the car in half. These guys that are taking the car off the track. They were Mario and Luigi. That's what they look like. Mario and Luigi. You had Mario and Luigi and you had Toad. All three of them standing there trying to set the car up. It was a complete disaster. Complete disaster, going on fire, ripping the fucking engine off and everything. I don't even know what was going on. They looked like savages. So Ricciardo, after the safety car continues, Ricciardo passes Bottas off the restart. Passes Bottas and Kimi gets a 5-second time penalty. So I was thinking Russell's going to gain more points here. Maybe Russell, is he going to get more points? He's going to get more points. Never happened for him. And he was so close. Kimi got a 5-second time penalty because he went into the pits. And when the light was on, similar to what happened with Hamilton, he went into the pits and he got a 5-second time penalty. He tried to go under and he pulled out and then he got the 5-second time penalty. So as the race continued, Hamilton started to got track position, comfortable ahead. Bottas was trying to get him. Bottas was swearing on the radio, saying fucking idiot, fucking idiot, fucking idiot to these drivers, to Ocon, to other drivers. Even the commentator said it's not like Bottas to swear like this. The reason why Bottas is swearing is because this guy knows it's over. He knows it's over, but the guy wants to win a race. He knows the only chance of him, for me, it was over after Silverstone. When Hamilton gained 30 odd points in front of Bottas, and Bottas didn't finish with no points, to me, it was over then. But now he knows it's becoming mathematically over now. It's coming to that point, and he knows the only chance he's got, a smidgen of a chance of winning the championship, he needs to win this race. He was faster in the practice. He missed out in qualifying because Ocon crashed his car, spun his car. He didn't crash it, he spun his car in turn 1. So we knew, and that compromised on Bottas' lap. He had the best start. He was in front of Lewis. Safety car come. Lewis got the jump on him because they had to restart. Another restart. Lewis still had the jump on him on the second time. And he's thinking he's trying his best. He can't get over. And as the race went on, it finished with Lewis Hamilton got the win. His 90th win. His 90th race win. One more. I said it yesterday. I thought this one was going to be his 91st win. No, his 91st win might come in Russia, in Sochi in 2 weeks' time. But this was his 90th win. Bottas got the second, and Albon finally, at the end, Albon passes. At the end, he passes, goes into third place, and he finally gets his podium that he deserves. He believes he deserves. At the end of the day, the cars lined up for him, just like Gasly when Gasly won last week in Imola. And I mean at Monza. The cars lined up for him, everything lined up for him, and he won the race. Same with Albon. If Max wouldn't have went out and a few other drivers wouldn't have went out, maybe he wouldn't have got the podium. But you don't know that. He got the podium and he's in third place. Finally, Albon's got his first podium, and maybe this is going to give him confidence. For me, I still think Gasly should go to Red Bull. I'm still sticking to it. I'm not going to change my opinion because he got one podium at Mugello. I'm sticking to my opinion. I believe that Gasly should go to Red Bull. Do I believe he's going to go to Red Bull next year? I still think he could. He's still got a chance. I'm not going to change my opinion after one race. And that's it. That's the review. It was a great thing. He passed thing at the end. He was chasing Stroll. Stroll spun. Stroll did. And the pressure was on him. He would have passed Stroll anyway. Stroll spun. Something went. They're not sure if it was a puncher. Stroll said it was a puncher, but when they had the analysis after on Sky Sports, there was, I think, Otmar. I love Otmar's someone. He said he might not be a puncher. It might have been tire pressure. We're going to have to check it out. We're going to let you know down the line what really happened. We're probably going to hear about it later on the F1 website, on F1 70 on the website. There's a lot to see out there, by the way. Highly recommended. Look, most likely if you're an F1 fan, you're a member of the F1 website. But anyway, he got the third place. He deserved it. The shit he's been through. I still think Gasly should go there, but he did deserve it. And I was happy for him at the end. He was happy when he finally got his podium. The CV, that will give him confidence when he goes to Russia in 2 weeks' time. Sochi in Russia. And that's the end of the review. That was Hamilton. Got the win. 90th win. 90th win. Race win. One away from Michael Schumacher race win record, which he can equal in Russia and Sochi. And after that, when he does that in Sochi, he could go to the Nürburgring, right, and beat it. Which I cannot wait until they go to the Nürburgring. I wish they announced on F1 tomorrow morning to come out and said, look, we're not going to go in the GP. We're going to start from the GP, then we're going to go on the Nordschleife. I would love that, but we know it's not going to happen. I'd love that, though. That would be good. But they're not going to happen. So, we're going to get into some videos, some interviews. We're going to get the top three. Sorry it's a bit late coming today. It is now midnight, Sunday morning. It's 25 past 12. So, we're going to get some interviews. We're going to get the top three winners. We're going to start off with Alex Albon. He says, first F1 podium feels pretty special. Yeah, it will be. I'm happy for him as well. So, we're going to start off with Alex Albon. First podium feels special. And you know what I'm going to say? Adverts.
Thousands of computers around the globe up to date.
Let's get this sorted. Yeah, happy for him.
Alex, third time around, trying to pass around the outside. It worked. How satisfied at that podium?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously,
Alex, third time around, trying to pass around the outside. This time it worked. How satisfying is it to get that podium?
yeah, it was good. Obviously, it was all a little bit chaotic with the red flags, but we were struggling off the line. We couldn't get off. We had a lot of wheel spin every time we started, so we had to do all the overtakes on the circuit. It was good fun, but yeah, no, honestly, just happy to get the podium and yeah, I mean, for the team really to for supporting me since day one. It's nice to finally get that podium.
Is it something of a relief in many ways?
I'd say so, yeah. I mean, it's always something which I've been wanting, and we were, for one way or another, we didn't quite get it. So to get it now, yeah, it's pretty special.
When you had that trouble with wheel spin at the final restart, did you think, oh my goodness, this isn't going to happen?
Yeah, the thing was we had the pace because on the medium tyres we were strong, and on the first stint we weren't as strong, but it's because we were fighting the whole time, and I didn't want the same thing happen again. I was like, oh god, you know, I got to we got 8 laps or 9 laps to overtake everyone, and I was pretty determined, to be honest. As soon as I had that bad start, I knew I had to be aggressive from turn 1 onwards, and we got past Sergio, which was nice, and Daniel wasn't going to get away from me.
Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you.
So, yeah, happy, and I'm happy for him as well. We're going to have Bottas, positive about pace despite P2 at Mugello. Wasn't saying that in the race. There we go. More advert. He wouldn't say that in the race. Swearing and blinded.
And at one point during our global image update, we had...
We're going to have the thing on there now. Here's the video.
Hey, Valtteri. A tough afternoon. It looked like you had great pace, but things just didn't seem to go your way today.
No, it didn't. It's one day it will. You know, it started like perfectly the first start, and also giving the position at the first safety car restart. That I felt that was nice, but then after that, not my day. But pace was good, apart from some tire issues with a medium tire, but otherwise okay.
You asked during the race to do the opposite to Lewis. In the end, they put you on the same tyre. What kind of happened there?
Yeah, I realized that with the medium, it just doesn't last. So the only option was go too hard and try to make it to the end. So yeah.
Any positives that you can take from this weekend?
Yeah, my pace has been good all weekend. That's a positive, and you know, it's just a matter of things going in my way sometimes. Then it will come.
Right. Thank you.
So Bottas saying, look, keeping positive. You know, keeping positive. His pace was there. It didn't work out for him today. I thought this should have been Bottas' weekend. That's in my opinion. It should have been his weekend, but it wasn't. So we got Hamilton. He says Tuscan Grand Prix mentally, emotionally destroyed. Race winner Lewis Hamilton. Okay, but you still won. So we're gonna play this.
Hey, Lewis. Another crazy race. This time, though, it worked out for you.
Oh yeah, it was a hell of a day. And I feel like I just feel exhausted because it's like, yeah, we did 3 races today, you know, and Valtteri was pushing the whole time. It's one of the most physical races there is, I think. So just mentally and emotionally destroyed.
That pass on Valtteri on cold tyres at the restart was mega.
Oh, thanks. I have no idea whereabouts he was and stuff, but I had to get my position back. You know, I worked so hard to catch him up and beat him in qualifying, which wasn't easy, and then to lose out on the start, which I put a lot of focus on, was frustrating as hell. But I was thinking there'll be more opportunities, but then I was starting when we had so many starts. Sorry, I can hear myself. Then we had so many restarts. Makes it really difficult.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was Lewis saying that it was the most physical. Yeah, it probably is. But he's not getting any younger, is he? He's not gonna. He probably wouldn't have said that 10 years ago. But to be fair, there was all exhausted. You could see that while looking at him. So we're gonna see the final results, how it ended up. I'm gonna have it here. We have Lewis Hamilton on the win. Bottas second, third Alex Albon, fourth place Daniel Ricciardo, fifth place Sergio Perez. Yeah, it was Alex Albon. He passed Ricciardo at the end, not Lance Stroll, but he would have passed Lance Stroll anyway. He passed Lance Stroll. No, he was about to pass Lance Stroll, but Lance Stroll got a puncture or something, and then he passed Lance Stroll because he went into the gravel. And then after that, Albon passed Ricciardo. There's nothing Ricciardo could have done. He held that as long as he could, but the day it was the power of the Red Bull car, the Honda engine, and the Renault engine had no answer for it. So we had Dan Ricciardo in fourth place, fifth place Sergio Perez, sixth place Lando Norris, seventh place Daniel Fiat, eighth place Charles Leclerc, ninth place Kimi Raikkonen, 10th place Sebastian Vettel, 11th place George Russell, 12th place Romain Grosjean, Lance Stroll didn't finish, Esteban Ocon didn't finish, Nicholas Latifi didn't finish, Kevin Magnussen didn't finish, Antonio Giovinazzi didn't finish, Carlos Sainz didn't finish, Max Verstappen didn't finish. Pierre Gasly did not finish. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 DNFs. Amazing. 8 DNFs. I knew there was going to be DNFs, but not that much. So we got the Drivers' Championship. On top, we got Lewis Hamilton. He got the fastest lap of the DHL fastest lap of the race. And then I think Daniel Ricciardo got Driver of the Day. So we got Mercedes 190. Lewis Hamilton with Mercedes 190. Valtteri Bottas second place 135. Max Verstappen in third place. Bottas second place 135. Max Verstappen in third place with 110. Fourth place Lando Norris, McLaren 65. Alexander Albon fifth place with 63. Lance Stroll in sixth place with 57. Daniel Ricciardo, and he's in seventh place with 53. And Charles Leclerc in 8th place with 49. Sergio Perez in 9th place with 44. Pierre Gasly, 10th place with 43 points. Carlos Sainz, 11th place, 41. Esteban Ocon in 12th place with 30. And then you got Sebastian Vettel in 13th place, unlucky 13, in 17 with 17 points. And then you got Daniel Fiat in 14th place with 10 points. And then you got Nico Hülkenberg, that one race he done, 15th place, and he's got 6 points. So Nico Hülkenberg has got one more points than Kimi Räikkönen in 16th with 2 points. Antonio Giovinazzi in 17th place with 2 points. Kevin Magnussen and Haas with 1 point. Nicholas Latifi, George Russell and Roman Grosjean 0 points. And Nico Hülkenberg has only had one race. So that's it. We're going to have a look at the teams. I think the constructors, if Mercedes get a 1 and 2 at the next one in Russia, I think they'll clinch the constructors. That'll be 7 constructors in a row. Jesus. So you got Mercedes on top, 325 points. Second place, we got Red Bull in 173 points. Third place with McLaren, we got 106. Fourth place, Racing Point with 92. Fifth place, Renault with 83 points. Sixth place, Ferrari with 66. Seventh place, Alpha Tauri and 53 points in seventh place. In eighth place, Alfa Romeo with 4 points. And Haas in ninth with 1 point. And Williams with none. DHL fastest lap goes to Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton's had one in Hungary. He got the second one at 70th anniversary of Silverstone. Got one in Italy last week in Imola. Not Imola. What am I calling Imola for? We're not there yet. Monza. And in fourth, Tuscany today. 4 DHLs he's got. That's more than anyone. Yeah, more than anyone. So that's it then. That's going to be the end of the review. I'll see ya in 2 weeks' time. It's going to be in Sochi. And it's going to be, that's one I like Russia. It's one of the tracks I really like. It's a nice, fast-paced track. It's got a few little corners that you can overtake as well. It's got a nice big winding bend. I love it. So we're going to be there in about 2 weeks' time. And yeah, but I'll still be streaming. I am going to do the video. I'm planning that I'm doing it bit by bit. I want to do the Williams, my review of the Williams, history of the Williams, the rise and fall of Williams. That'll be coming very soon. I'm going to upload that soon. I'm going to record it and upload it because I've still got a few notes that I need to do. And yeah, this is the 1000th race of Ferrari. For the Tifosi, hope they're happy. Well, they're not happy now because obviously Ferrari not doing good, but it would have been good to see the Tifosi there as well at Mugello. I would have loved to see them at Monza as well, but my favourite Italian track. Hopefully, we're going to have some fans back there. A bit more fans than we had today. It was nice to see a few fans today, but hopefully when they get to Imola later the year, my favourite Italian track, probably the best, Imola. When they go to Imola, hopefully they'll have the Tifosi there because it'd be amazing just to see the fans, the Ferrari fans. Like I said, the two countries the most passionate fans about racing is the UK and Italy, and that's a fact. That's coming from the Ferrari bosses. That's coming from even Toto as well, Mercedes. He said the UK and Ferrari, UK and Italy have got the most passion when it comes to motorsport. They know the history. Even the last guy, who was in charge of Ferrari, right, he said that as well. And that's it. This is Solo P1 signing out. I'm going to see the outro. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All links are going to be below. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. It's going to help me out a lot. Hit the subscribe button and like the video as well. It will help me a lot with further videos. This is Solo P1 signing out. Bye.